A group of Michigan students who survived last year's deadly mass shooting at Oxford High School is suing the school district along with school officials. Students are demanding the implementation of a host of safety measures and are asking for an independent investigation into the school's actions leading up to the tragic shooting that left 4 students dead. A 15-year-old student from the school, Ethan Crumbley, is charged in their deaths. His parents are also facing charges. CNN national correspondent Bryn Gingras joins me now. So tell us about the lawsuit.
Yeah, so this is a federal lawsuit that's filed by these students. And if you remember that day of the shooting, Victor, there, was all this stuff has come out through the investigation, essentially saying that, if you remember, Ethan Crumbley was brought into a counselor's office because a teacher spotted a disturbing drawing. Well, his parents were brought into that counselor's office. Between the school officials and the parents, they decided he should seek mental health treatments. And basically, he was sent back into the classroom with a book bag, which was never checked. And so what these students are essentially saying in the lawsuit is these school officials, they could have done a lot more. Let me read an excerpt from it. It says, quote, "By releasing Doe, who would be Crumbley in this case, from the safe confinement of the counseling office into the greater school environment, school officials compounded the danger to all students at Oxford High School. By returning Doe's unsearched backpack, which contained the deadly weapon and ammunition Doe used to carry out his suicide and/or homicidal plans, school officials acted with deliberate indifference and created and/or increased the risk of a school shooting." So essentially, they are saying that we are filing this lawsuit because we want change. They're not looking for money. They just want the school to open an investigation or have a separate investigation, look into what could have been done better and make some changes, be transparent about it, maybe have more, the teachers having more counseling understanding of what they need to be doing in these sort of situations. Maybe they should be checking the backpacks. All of these things, they want change. And so that's why this lawsuit was filed.
I remember that day we were sitting here and wondering why there weren't questions asked, why the parents weren't notified or forced to take him home after that shooting in November. Can't believe it's been 7 months.
I know. And so much, again, has come out in all of these court proceedings that we've seen with both Ethan Crumbley and his parents. So a lot to learn.
Bryn Gingras, thank you.
Yeah.
Joining me now, the attorney for the plaintiffs, Scott Weidenfeller and Mason Bourgeau, one of the surviving Oxford High School students who's part of the suit, and his mother, Lori, join me. Thank you for being with me. Mason, let me start with you, because according to the lawsuit, you and others continued to suffer irreparable harm after the shooting. I just mentioned to Bryn, I can't believe it's been almost 7 months. How have the last 7 months been for you?
They've been really stressful, really. It's been a struggle with, just depression and just mental, it's affecting. It's weird because, I knew 2 of the kids, and it's weird. It's not normal.
Yeah, not to have them anymore. Scott, we heard a bit of the lawsuit. You say that the district officials failed to heed the constitutional obligations to safeguard the safety of the students. Explain your case.
Yes, thank you, Victor. One of the things we're seeking is Oxford schools had this rule that they could not detain a child and they had to return a child to class unless there was a disciplinary issue. Even though this student, in this case, Ethan, was, suicidal, and most of these shooters are suicidal. So we're seeking a court order, which is kind of an extraordinary step, but we're requesting the court to intervene here to change some of these policies for the safety of these children going into the new school year. Also for risk assessment training for school staff, for reporting and detaining kids, and understanding which kids are suicidal. Most of these shooters do seem to be suicidal. The other thing we're looking for is, the Michigan Attorney General here, Dana Nessel, she offered 3 times to do a fully transparent investigation at Oxford School, but the school board shut them down 3 times in a row. And so I think all these parents are just, at this point, really frustrated. We need some change for the safety of these kids, and there are some things that can be done. And that's the point of the lawsuit, not monetary compensation.
Lori, Scott makes an important point there that this is not about money. This is about safety. This is about also setting some standards for families who survive these types of attacks. What do you want to come out of this lawsuit?
Well, we need a lot of changes in the school. We need a lot of training. We need to feel confident that our children are safe when they're at school. There's a huge lack of threat assessment program at the school. As we know, they seem to look at each individual event, but you need to be looking at trends. This student had weeks and months worth of teachers saying something's not right. And when it gets down to it, they just look at the one individual day. Each day is separately. And that's very dangerous. It's a risky way to look at it.
Mason, we know that you had to, in the second semester, return to Oxford High School and actually to the classroom where you were while this was happening. Do you feel safe at school? What do you feel when you were in that room?
No, I don't feel safe at all. Actually, I'm surprised that they even let any of the kids that were in fifth hour go back to their fifth hour. I'm surprised that the school board hasn't changed different classrooms around so that we didn't have to go into that same exact room. They really just kind of almost threw us in. They offered like a spot in the office, but I mean, they didn't really offer us any like changes to our classrooms. They just kind of threw us right back in.
I know one of the things, Mason, that you're concerned about is a proper memorial for your friends and the two others who were killed at the school that day in November. What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for the school board to actually listen to us, because I mean, we've us as students, I don't think any other student has gone to a different school board meeting, but this school board meetings were tremendous with the amount of students that appeared there. We just want us to be listened to and have the proper memorial put up. They offered something and we came right back at them, and I still don't think that they're going to listen to us.
Scott, finally on the lawsuit here, you mentioned that 3 times the school board rejected this independent investigation. Is there an explanation of why?
You know, the parents have been given little information. They're now told that the school board is going to do an independent investigation with a different company, but the parents still aren't being told, you know, what the time frame is and whether it will be fully transparent. So it's kind of perplexing when the state of Michigan was offering to do it for free for the school district, why they turned them down 3 times, and now they're going to use school district money for this investigation. At this point, the parents are just so very frustrated that they just can't seem to get the school board to be fully transparent to move forward.
Yeah. Again, this lawsuit is focused on getting change and not getting money for not just the families impacted that day, but future families, as we know, unfortunately, there will be of these school shootings. Scott Weidenfeller, Mason Bourgeau, and Lori Bourgeau, thank you.
Thank you.